This past week, I decided to check out on Amazon all of the Jeep JL accessories, especially for the interior. So I decided to spend a couple $100 on Amazon, order all these parts, and today, see which ones are cool, see which ones I'm gonna keep. So let's try them all out in my 2022 Jeep Wrangler. Now I've got a stack of parts. Let's start up at the front. This is probably one of the most common ones. I've installed these on pretty much all of my Gladiators and my JLs. This one's pretty neat. So we're gonna open it up here right with you. I always love unboxing parts too. That's one of the coolest parts. What we've got here is going to be the grab handle little storage tray. Now where this goes is right here. So it's molded just to set right into place. The coolest part about this is that I've noticed on long trips, my wife will sit here, drop your phone in there. So you can drop your phone, you can put a couple little things in there. It'll hold it nice and easy for you. And I think this one is only like 10 or 12 bucks and it just pops right out if you want to clean it out or wash it. But this is definitely a cool one. The plastic on this one that I bought and ordered feels pretty sturdy. And honestly, you can't even see it when it's in there. So it still won't mess with your airbag. It's got the cutout there, so that still deploy. I don't know what the tray's used for besides cell phones, little knickknacks and things in there. But maybe if you got the ducks, if you're into ducking Jeeps, you can store them in there too. All right, let's get to number 2, the unboxing. What we've got here might look a little bit weird. Oh, there's a couple pieces in this one. Now, mind you guys, I'm not gonna be permanently mounting any of these until I figure out how many storage pieces I actually need in my Jeep. But this one is cool. I saw this on a trade-in vehicle a little while ago. It actually goes right around this section, has some 3M tape, but sits right down here perfectly. Now, I like this when I saw it on the vehicle that we got traded in, just because they were using it to store a bunch of things on the side here. And I think like if you're a smoker or someone that wants to throw something quick into either side, that's a great way for you. And this one actually includes the little, there's these little inserts. Looks like it just sits right in there. So there's one on this side, and then maybe I can get this one in there without looking. Yeah, and that kind of sits in there too. But there's 3M on the side just to help secure it, but overall it feels already extremely sturdy. I mean, I'm pushing on this pretty hard when it's not really moving. So that one's nice, and it really, I would say it matches pretty well with the plastic. What do you think, Ryan?
I like it.
Let's open up the next one. Now, I just want to take a pause too and let you guys know when I ordered these, it took me a few hours actually to pick them all out. If you guys have been on Amazon, you know that there's an absolute ton of these products, and there's a lot of manufacturers making them. So when I went through and checked them out, they had really high Amazon reviews. And then also I tried to kind of keep with the same company. Like this one is the same one that made this centerpiece and that front one, which means that these same like textured ribbed areas in the middle are going to be the same kind of colors, the same matching maybe moldings on there. But this one is a center console organizer. So we're just going to pop our center console here. Probably just drops right in like that. Yeah, so check that out. That kind of sits down below. It still gives you a little cutout there for your light, so your light will still be able to shine on here. Now what's nice, it gives you 2 trays. So there's a tray here, a tray up front, and then a little coin holder there. And we'll see, I want to make sure this closes right, so let's check it out. Yeah, it closes fine. Still locks the exact same way, or you can pull it out too and get to all your contents underneath. This one I think was only like 12 bucks, so that's definitely a good one, and that one's probably gonna stay. This is one that I've seen before. I've never had a chance to see how it actually mounted and installed. So this is kind of like a front of console cubby tray. Now what's cool about it is that this actually will just slide on from what I can tell, and then you just have these 3M strips here. Now this is a quick tip. If you're gonna buy any of these parts, I highly recommend just checking in your medicine cabinet if you got any like isopropyl alcohol, just to clean it off a little bit in case you have a little grime on there to make sure this sticks properly. But check this out. This is pretty neat. So these little standoffs here are what that slides onto. So this simply just, you put it on there, give it a little bit of a push down, and that sits on there very nice. You know, even for me, I could probably run this without using that 3M tape in there. And it's kind of cool because I also have that center console organizer still in there, which does make this rise up a little bit, but it still closes up and locks perfectly fine. And now we have a cubby up here. And this one's a cool one. I like this one, and it matches very well to that factory kind of molding too. So that'll still fit your phone. That'll fit whatever you want. That'll just drop right in there. I gotta be honest with you, they're surprising me. I probably wouldn't run all of them at one time because there's only so many places I need to store my phone in my car, but a lot of these are really surprising me how cool they are. So let's open up another box. My UPS guy this week thought it was like Christmas here. We've got another cool product, and I will say it's something that solves an issue that has been around for a long time. So these are actually the door panel cup holders. Now I bought a set of 4 of them here because I wanted to see exactly how they look. If you guys know, if you put any sort of water bottles in any of these nettings from the JK on up through the JL and the JT, 1 water bottle for about an hour will stretch these things out, and they'll end up hanging out of the door when you close it. So what these are designed to do is to help replace that and still give you a section to put a drink into the side panel. Now this one is designed on the front to use an existing factory bolt down below. It actually has a notch and a little standoff there. And then up here, it does include 2 self tappers that you would screw in. I would also include that along this back back side, they include a roll of 3M self-adhesive tape. So you just simply slide these onto here and it would set just like that for you to permanently install it. Now this is gonna fit a full-size water bottle, a soda can right in the side. It doesn't replace the entire thing, so you can still use this back half of the netting. But I would say overall, I don't know if I would do mine up front. I have enough cup holders in the middle for me, but the rear ones attach really easily, but you can get them either a set of front or a set of the rear. I think this is pretty cool though. It matches the door panels pretty well. And besides just having to do one self-tapping screw, that's not the end of the world. It still uses a factory one down below. Well, the rear looks a little bit easier to install as it just clips underneath where the netting goes. So this would just simply go all along here and it just clips right underneath. So this actually replaces the entire thing. Gives you a little bit more of a storage in the back and then also still a cup holder up front. So if I was doing it, I'd probably just add the rears. That way my back passengers have a little bit more room. Now this one here is one that I haven't seen before, and they actually make them for both sides. So I thought this one was pretty neat. The way that it gives you a little bit extra storage for a wasted area. So where this goes is going to be right here behind your roll cage. Now this is specifically made for the JL. As you can see, it's pretty precision molded exactly to fit that area. Now what I like about this one is that while you probably wouldn't use this while the Jeep is in motion, I think some things might fly out if you overfill this. I could see this really primarily being used while you're camping or installing new parts in the back. This has got a pretty deep tray. If you're removing a lot of nuts and bolts back here, you could throw them into here and easily grab them out. The only way that this attaches on is with 3M adhesive all throughout the underside. However, I don't think you need to use it all because sitting down here, it's not really gonna fall out. So it kind of molds right into place, and it's even got the notch out here for your tail light access panel, which probably the only downfall of this, if you ever have to remove your tail light, you are gonna have to pull this out, but probably not the end of the world because you're not really messing with your tail lights too often. And they do make it for the left and the right sides. So if you're looking to add some storage into kind of a, I would say, wasted area, here's a way to do it. It's gonna work with a hard top or a soft top. It doesn't require, most of these don't even require any tools to install. Now the next part I wanted to do is in the cargo area. Thank goodness my dad always stops over when we're filming because we're actually gonna install this into his Jeep. Now this one I found on Amazon, I thought was pretty neat because it's actually constructed out of steel. So this is steel and powder coated, and it's a cargo tray for the back end of your Jeep. Now what's nice about this one is it'll work with a hard top, it'll work with a soft top. All you have to do is utilize 2 of the hard top bolts to actually install it. Now I will give you one caveat with this. I'm not installing it into mine. Firstly, because I think my dad will use it. And secondly, I have a car seat on this side, so I can't tilt my seat forward to get it installed. If you have a Rubicon, or a Rubicon, a Willys, anything with a premium audio group, this will only work on your driver's side. So it's only gonna work over there because the Alpine subwoofer on the other side. If you have a standard vehicle with a standard audio system and no Alpine, this will work on either side. I gotta tell you guys, this one might be one of my favorites already. I've got both of those hardtop bolts tightened up. Cool thing is if you have a JL, you don't need any special tools. They just use the toolkit that's included with the vehicle to tighten those up. So that's on the Molly panels. I've even got this strapped on. This is a great one. I really do like it. The next one I was able to find on Amazon, this one is kind of a knockoff of the production Jeep storage bags for the back of the Rubicon Molly seats. Now if you unclip this, this actually includes a set of 3 of these bags. It's the same as the Mopar kit and even uses the same style. So I will tell you though, just buying this, now these I think were like $35 or $40, which is like a quarter or a fifth of the cost of the Mopar ones. The quality isn't as thick as them, but these still do have a thicker material underneath that's sewn in. And so they do have kind of hard walls, and then it even gives you almost Mopar style instructions in there. I actually use mine on the back of my Rubicon, so these will just web right into there. So it fits right in the center of the Molly webbing there. You can unclip these once it's webbed on, keep all your goodies on the inside of the middle, and then also there's 2 bags on the sides. So these 2 smaller ones also, those are really nice too. This one could be used for a nice CB radio. You can see you've got some pen clips on the side, and then this one may be like a little first aid kit or something in there. But for 39 bucks, I mean, for me, I'm probably gonna keep them and install them on the back of here just to keep all my goodies in one spot. The cool thing about these also is they will work with the back of that little hard top holder we just had too. So those will web right in and those will work great for you. The last one we're doing today is a product that I kind of found out while going on Amazon, and while this isn't Jeep specific, this is gonna be for any vehicle. So this is really cool. And if you guys know, I'm a little bit of a Yeti fan. I got a couple of them when it comes to their cups, but I could say Ryan behind the camera always has the jumbo Yeti filled with water no matter where we go. And trying to find a spot to store that in the vehicle is like rolling a propane tank around. It clicks and hits everything. It's this size, so it's the jumbo big boy Yeti. With this last mod we're putting on, this one is really cool, and I think it was like $21, and not that expensive either. This is a large Yeti cup adapter for your cup holders. What's cool about this one is that it doesn't just fit this jumbo Yeti like that, fits nice and well in there, but it also has a notch out if you have these big coffee holder with the handle. So you can see that notch out just fits perfectly in there. All you have to do is press it in, and then I'm gonna show you what it looks like. You twist this, and if you guys can see, those are expanding here. So that'll actually get nice and tight in that cup holder, and it's not gonna loosen up, and it'll keep that Yeti nice and solid in there for you. Another cool thing is too, I just noticed this, they actually include a little rubber kind of coaster inside there that you can pull out and rinse out. And then if you look inside there, you can actually offset this as well too. So you can unscrew it here and screw it into the second section to have it offset a little bit if it doesn't fit in your car perfectly. These are kind of cool, these square cup holders, but they don't fit. You want to take a look. Doesn't fit. Let's try and put this one in. I'm thinking maybe we put it in like this and get it snug. Wow, that actually gets really tight. Like, I'm not kidding, this thing is like tight. So maybe we'll do it like right like that so you can put the cup in. Check this out though, guys. That's pretty sick. I gotta be honest with you. I know a lot of the time I'm running with these bigger Yetis. Ryan in the passenger seat constantly has those too. But it even has, if you look inside here, it's got the little rubber kind of nubs. So it actually holds the Yeti in there very well. And then this one I think is just kind of neat that it has the cutout. They thought a little bit ahead and that fits in there very well. So if you're a coffee drinker in the winter, that's gonna fit in there great and still give you the ease of being able to pull this out there. I mean, it holds in there really nicely. That's a cool mod and something I'll probably keep in this vehicle and maybe get a couple more for all my other rigs. All right, guys, well, this has been a fun one. We installed an absolute ton of parts, and I gotta say, I probably had as much fun buying, looking for them, and then finally putting them in my Jeep as I'm sure you guys did watching this. Now, if you want to check out any of the products we installed today, definitely click the links down below. I linked every single one of them, so you guys can go on and check those out and maybe even buy some. I thought these were a great opportunity to get some cheaper mods in your Jeep. Maybe you don't love all of them, maybe you do. You know, I thought they were really cool, and I've been looking at Amazon for a while. Plus, I see a ton of these Jeeps come in with these, and I knew let's try them all out once and for all and see exactly what we can do. Now, if you guys have any other suggestions for some mods, drop them below in the comments because I love to read what you guys find. It actually inspires a ton of these videos. Until next time, I'm Matt from Dirt Road Cred. Get out there and earn yours.